All right, we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man 3 Bully Maguire, as he's known. Yes, this is the Toby Maguire black suit Spider-Man from the third Sam Raimi Spider-Man film. I don't collect a lot of Marvel Legends, but when I saw this guy, I just had to pick him up. And the outside package is really, really nice. Really nice window box here. As you can see, we get an unmasked Tobey Maguire face, a masked Spider-Man head. We got this cool Venom symbiote piece. Got a few extra hands there. It says Spider-Man 3 on the bottom. There's a nice picture of Spider-Man down there. Nice big read up on the back. You can pause the video if you want to read that. And a nice shot on the side too. I believe this was one of the iconic posters used for the movie, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this movie came out when I was like, I think in grade 6 or grade 7, and it was huge. It was like the biggest movie of that summer. So this holds a lot of nostalgia for me, the Sam Raimi movies. You know, again, I tend to be kind of pick and choosy when it comes to Marvel Legends just because there's so many of them. This one looks like something special, and honestly, it kind of makes me want to be an in-box collector and just leave it like this. But I gotta take him out. I gotta take him out. Honestly, he looks really good. There's a close-up look of the face sculpt. It looks really good, you know, the likeness to Toby is there, I would say. Of course, he's got that kind of early 2000s emo haircut that was, you know, becoming a thing around the time. I really like how the spider logo is raised and sculpted onto his chest. That's a nice touch. As well as all the webbing on his suit is actually raised and sculpted. It's not just painted on. And then it is painted in this nice shiny silver paint, which looks pretty good. It does get split in the back there, but that's, you know, that's fine. Yeah, all the webbing is really good. There's some nice texture on the black in his suit. Yeah, that face, though, that is Toby. That looks like Toby. As for accessories, he pretty much comes with all the hands I would want with a Spider-Man figure. As you can see, he's got two fisted hands to start with. He's also got two Spidey shooter hands for, you know, slinging web. And he's got two open hands for crawling walls. However, the left hand is a little bit more of a wall crawling hand. As you can see, the fingers are like bent there. Whereas the right hand is more just kind of a regular open hand. Both would work for just wall crawling or, you know, whatever kind of expressions you want. We also got this cool, really cool symbiote Venom piece. Let's put it on and see how it looks. Here's the symbiote piece on Toby, and it looks really good. You do have to take his head off to switch it on, which is not a problem. As I said, all the joints are really loose, well, not really loose. They're just, you know, they're not too stiff. They're really easy to just detach and swap in and swap out. And they do feel pretty snug once you pop them back on. But yeah, you know, this looks nice. I like how this little claw can kind of, is grabbing at his face. That was like the movie where, you know, it's like as he's trying to like rip the symbiote off of him, like it keeps trying to claw back and like stay onto him. I really like how this figure kind of recaptures that look from the movie. It even looks like, you know, Venom is kind of screaming as he's being pulled off. So, you know, I tried to put Toby in this kind of a pose here where he's trying to rip it off. You know, because the face is kind of just, you know, a very stoic expression, you're not really going to get, you know, that kind of angry Toby face that's like struggling to take the symbiote off if you do want to get him in this kind of a pose. But I think it's enough to sort of recreate that scene from the movie. Yeah, it kind of wraps around his back too. You see all these little squiggly bits kind of coming off. There's some nice holes here sculpted in. You have the Venom eyes going down the back there. This is the optimal way I think you would display this figure. This is definitely how I would display it. But if you want, he does come with a Spider-Man head for a, just more traditional black suit Spider-Man you could have as well. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Yeah, here's a quick look at that pose that I was kind of talking about. If you do want to try to recreate that scene from the movie, here's an idea of what that might look like. He's on his knees trying to rip the symbiote off. Yeah, very cool. Here we got the masked Spider-Man head sculpt on him, and I gotta say, this actually looks really good too. This gives a nice variety of just, to switch up the figure in your display, have him in costume, have him unmasked, whatever you want, whatever you're feeling. This looks really good, really sleek. Here's an up-close look of the masked head sculpt. Again, really, really nice. I always love these big triangular Sam Raimi eyes on the Spider-Man suit. It was just so iconic. Yeah, he's got obviously the raised webbing all the way around. Looks really sleek. This is an awesome figure. Awesome representation of the movie. Now let's just go over some quick articulation. I mean, the head can go all the way back, all the way down. He's got cut at just under the torsos and pecs here. He's also got a big ratcheted joint and kind of in the abdomen there that can go like almost 90 degrees back, almost 90 degrees forward, not quite. There's no swivel at the thigh, so if you want them looking side to side, you're gonna have to turn it up there. Arms, joints go all the way out, kind of butterfly joints there. The bicep can go 360. He's got double jointed elbows. Wrist pegs can turn around however you want. He's got thigh cuts, which is nice. He's got double jointed knees. The ankles, though, they only bend forward and back. There's no rotation on the angles to turn the feet any other direction, so that does limit a little bit of the posing in terms of how he stands, but overall it's not that bad. Yeah, you can get him in a lot of fun poses. He's some of the balancing's, you gotta play with it a little bit, but yeah, he's pretty well articulated. It can bend a lot of ways. Playing around with him, though, I am getting a lot of these little black bits you can see on my hand there just coming off on the figure. So some of the paint is maybe rubbing off a bit. I can't exactly tell where. But yeah, just, I don't know, handle with care, if you will. This guy may wear out over time. Overall, this is a really solid Spider-Man figure. Definitely scratches that nostalgia itch I had for their Sam Raimi trilogy, especially with things like No Way Home now. There's some revived love for those older movies. It's, I think it's like $5 more than Marvel Legends typically go for, but you do get a pretty nice spread of accessories and head sculpts. For me, I think it's worth it. I don't buy every Marvel Legends, so this is one that caught my attention, and this is one that I would pick up. I am typically a DC collector, but I do have a soft spot for Spider-Man, and this definitely fits in that soft spot for me. But yeah, that'll do it for a look at Bully Maguire here. Definitely a must-buy, in my opinion, if you are a fan of the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy.